Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Elie and I am your French teacher. Just like I promised you, I'm going to start with the first lesson. Well, the results of second PU is out, and yeah, we got some great results. Unfortunately, some failed, but it is to avoid all these things that is why I'm doing this video. So without any further delay, let's start our first lesson. Bien, so today we are going to talk about le présent de l'indicatif. Le présent de l'indicatif. Bien, what is le présent de l'indicatif? Oh, well, I will say le présent de l'indicatif is what we call it a simple present in English. Simple present in English. Okay, well, simple present, and one thing I would like you to understand is that in English, in French, the simple present can also be translated as a present progressive in English, or you can say present continuous in English. So we are not going to go into so many details because in second PU, you don't have to go into so much details. You have to understand the concept and then solve it. So here is how it goes. Remember, there are three groups of verbs in French. We have what we call ER verbs, IR verbs, then RE verbs. So first thing we are going to do is we are going to talk about the ER verbs. So en français, on dit les verbes en ER, les verbes en ER. Bien sûr, ici, je parle des verbes réguliers. So, I'm talking about regular verbs. So, there are three regular verbs in French, which are ER, IR, and RE. Well, so how do we conjugate ER verbs in French? Simple. To conjugate any regular ER verbs in French, this is how you do it. You take the ending ER, you remove it, and you replace that ending, that ER, with the following endings. For je, you add I. For tu, you add IS. For il and elle au singulier, you add I. For nous, you add ONS. For vous, you will add IZ, and for il and elle au pluriel, you will add ENT. Well, that was a theoretical talking. Now, let's see in a practical way. So here is a verb, the common one. Everybody knows that. Parler. Parler, which means to speak. Parler means to speak. So here is how we solve parler in present l'indicatif. When we say conjugate parler in present tense, this is how you do it. So, parler, P-A-R-L-E-R. So you can see parler does end with ER. So what I do is what? I remove the ER and I have the stem, the radical. So it is P-A-R-L. So to that P-A-R-L, I'm going to add now for je, I will add E to that. So P-A-R-L-E. So for tu, I will add at the end ES. For il and elle au singulier, I will add I. For nous, I will add ONS. For vous, I will add, let's say, IZ. For il and elle au pluriel, I will add ENT. So I have je parle, tu parles, il parle ou elle parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il ou elle au pluriel parle. So this is how it goes. Now, let's move quickly to the IR verbs. We are going to have more exercise at the end. So now IR verbs. How do we conjugate IR verbs in present tense? Same scenario. Here what you do, you have choices. I'm going to give you the one which is most the common one. So here IR verb, same thing. Take the ending IR out, remove the IR, and then replace that with the following ending. For je, you add IS. For tu, IS. For il and elle au singulier, IT. For nous, ISS, ONS. For vous, ISS, EZ. And for il and elle au pluriel, ISS, ENT. So now let's go and take one verb and see how we do it. So the common used one is what we call finir. Finir, which means to finish, F-I-N-I-R, finir. So here, finir, I remove the ending, I-R, and then to the stem, to what is remaining, F-I-N. F-I-N, I'm going to add the ending now. So for je, I write down F-I-N, then I add what? I-S. Same thing for tu, I add I-S. Same thing for il and elle au singulier, I add IT. Same thing for nous, I add ISS, ONS. Same thing for vous, I add ISS, EZ. And same thing for il and elle au pluriel, I add ISS, ENT. So I have here, je finis, tu finis, il finit, elle finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, il and elle au pluriel finissent. Which means I finish or I'm finishing, you finish or you are finishing, so and so. Now, let's talk about RE verbs. Same scenario happened here for RE verbs. I take out the RE and then I replace that ending with the following endings. For je, I will add S. For tu, I will add S. For il and elle au singulier, I will add nothing. As I remove the RE, the remaining, it is what we call the conjugation for il and elle au singulier. Bien, we continue. For nous, add ONS. For vous, add EZ. And for il and elle au pluriel, add ENT. So let's take one example and see how it works. So which one are we going to take? Let's take here, for example, vendre, V-E-N-D-R-E, which means to sell. Vendre means to sell. So here, V-E-N-D-R-E. So I remove the R-E, I will have a V-E-N-D. So to that stem, to that radical, what will I do? I will say, je vends. So je, then V-E-N-D, I add S, so je vends. Same thing for tu vends, I add S. Il and elle au singulier vend, I said add nothing. So that part remains blank. That's how we do it. So it will be V-E-N-D. That's it. We go with nous. Nous, same thing. I'm going to add ONS at the end. Vous, I'm going to add EZ at the end. And il and elle au pluriel, I'm going to add ENT. So after that, I have what we call je vends, tu vends, il vend ou elle vend, nous vendons, vous vendez, il and elle au pluriel vendent. So that's all for what we call regular verbs. So these are the three regular verbs. These are easy. So ER verb, IR verb, and RE verbs. Quite easy. Well, so now let's see some practical step, how it will be in your final exam. For example, this is how they will give you in your final exam. Let's say they will give you a sentence. And by the way, all these IR verb and ER verb and RE verb, they may come for 1 mark. So that's why French is a bit complicated. Only 1 mark, it might come 1 or 2 marks. Because you may have it in what we call situé dans le temps. It may come again. So hardly you can have 2 marks for that. Now let's move on. Let's see the example here. In exam, they can give you, for example, elle dash, then in bracket, danser, which means to dance, D-A-N-S-E-R, elle danser. Au bar, elle dansait au bar. Then they put in bracket again, présent. It means conjugate danser, which is ER verb in present tense. So what will I do? I check first the subject of the verb, which is elle. How do I conjugate ER verb for elle? Remove the ER and replace it with what? E. So I will say, elle danse So D-A-N-S-E. Then over the remaining. One thing you put in your mind, whenever you are solving, don't remove the bracket, remove the parentheses. Don't put the parentheses in your answer. So we have a L danse au bar. Let's take example. For example, IR verbs. They give you le professeur dash choisir son sac. Le professeur choisit son sac, for example. Bien. So let's say here, choisit. So le professeur dash choisit C-H-O-I-S-I-R. So again here, le professeur means what? The professor, I can replace the professor with what? He. Choisir means to choose, so I can replace the professor with he, which means il. So, simple way of doing that. If they do not give you je, tu, il, elle, nous, or vous, whenever they give you something which precedes the verb, just check, is it plural or singular form? If it is a singular form, don't trouble yourself, just use il au singulier. That's it, the conjugation of il or elle. So I will say, le professeur will be like il or elle. So choisir is IR verb. So what I do, I remove the IR. So I will have a C-H-O-I-S-I-T. So le professeur choisit son sac. That's the answer. Let's take the last one, which is RE verbs. Let's say, par exemple, fondre. So, Ella dash fondre sa glace. Ella dash bracket fondre sa glace. So here, Ella again here. So it is a female, so I'm going to use a she. So Ella, F-O-N-D. Remember, il and elle does not take anything at the end when it comes to RE verbs. So, Ella fond sa glace. That's it. Bien. Merci beaucoup et à la prochaine. Hey, thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe and press the notification button. Do not miss the upcoming video, and please share the link with somebody else and let them join us for this YouTube channel. Thank you.